everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Trittany. I'm the reader here at the Crown and Castle Collective, where we can all be the rulers of our own kingdom that we call life. This is going to be the monthly energetic overview, aka a horoscope, for all water signs, whether you're a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, if that's your sun, your moon, or your rising, and even if you happen to be cross-watching for someone who you know is one of these signs or just has a lot of water sign energies in their chart. And we'll take a look at the overall energies throughout the month, the highs, the lows, the mind space, the heart chakra, career, finances, education, as well as the spiritual development, what's kind of being accentuated, activated, and ever changing around the water sign energies. So I do want to thank you for just watching, and of course if you are new, thank you and welcome. Don't forget to subscribe or like the video anywhere throughout if it resonates with you and you feel like I resonate with you as a reader. All the information for personalized readings are in my description box, as you know. So that's kind of the whole shebang, and I'm going to be shuffling on camera. The music in the background is by me, so please be gentle. If you like it, let me know. I'm just kind of trying to use this channel not only for everyone else's healing, but also finding my own journey along the way with sharing a lot of my talents, abilities, and thank you for giving me a space to do so. Water signs, we're gonna go ahead and get started. To leave to an appointment, so I've had these energies kind of sit here for a moment. I left them under protection with some Reiki, and now we are ready to read the cards. and it's probably a good thing that we waited because that sunlight was kind of intense. In fact, it was bouncing off the cards and blinding me a little bit. So water signs, perhaps you may have needed to take a little bit of a hiatus of your own, do a start and stop to some projects and coming back to it with a fresher mindset, more into alignment with the messages that are going to be coming through to you. And yeah, thank you for everyone who decided to watch the shuffling and just tune in and listen to any kind of the beats that I provided. So we're gonna get started. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces. For June of 2021, what is your overall energy that you're showing up as? We have number 27, the crown chakra of enlightenment. A very powerful, strong, intuitive chakra, in fact, to have show up as your overall energies throughout the month. So maybe you're just having a really easy time at seeing the bigger picture of things that are requiring certain tasks or patience and energies from you. So maybe you're not as affected by the world around you as you once were. You're really settling in with your own individuality. You're getting to know yourself at a much more, it's not a defined version of yourself. It seems like you're being very flexible with how you are perceiving not only your own soul, but the soul communities around you, the world around you. The crown chakra for the month of June is just being very active. Perhaps you give off a very strong, energetic aura throughout the month, so people are really recognizing you, even if you're trying to kind of hide or not be as recognizable, or maybe you're just trying to lay low a little bit, but people can't help but notice you guys. We also have number 40, more crown chakra purple here. Psychic protection. Around me now, a shield of gold, protecting me strong and bold. So for 2 crown chakra cards to come out for your overall energies, I knew there was a reason why these energies needed to kind of sit down for a little bit before I could introduce them. They're very, very strong divine messages that are going to be coming through for you guys throughout the month of June. Maybe your intuition, your intuitive abilities or psychic creative abilities could be very strong throughout June. Make sure you're doing your best to take care of yourself, to take care of those abilities. Make sure you're really protecting yourself in which ways you see fit, energetically or physically. Perhaps you guys were in a dark phase for a while. Maybe I feel like this crown chakra could have been overactive, and that could have caused a lot of anxieties, misconceptions, and disbelief. Now throughout June, it seems like you're getting your power back, where it's almost like this chakra is really refining and perfecting itself, where you're no longer hopefully in that darker side of the chakra, so to say. But with all the purple here, you guys are glowing. You're very vibrant, very strong. Again, that aura energetic field is holding a lot of potential in it and a lot of strength, so just use it accordingly. Now, for your greatest challenge or your biggest blockage throughout the month of June, this is going to be, what you're facing and struggling with, or perhaps some bumps in the road. We have number 36, impartial. So number 36 adds up to a 9. Now, being impartial is just kind of not really deciding to take any kind of infinitive action. Maybe your greatest challenge throughout the month of June is really just trying to stay unbiased with all this crown chakra energy. Maybe people see you as like a judge in a sense, like maybe you have some kind of final word, or your opinion means a lot to other people. There's a lot of weight in what you say or do. Well, throughout June, it could be really hard for you to, not give in to any kind of power trips, or to not let anyone really shake your stable foundations in life in having to choose between any kind of ultimatums or two decisions that you may have in front of you. We also have clarifying that the Ace of Wands memory. Sorry, I didn't realize I was out of frame. With this impartial card, like I was saying, it's going to be a challenge for you to perhaps not act spontaneously on certain situations, not making commitments when you're not ready. Also, just trying to stay very neutral when other people are looking for your input or your say, anything like that. For this card to come out with the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Fire, replays that message where, you know, you need to make sure that if you do get a lot of emotions, if you do happen to get really worked up by a certain situation, that you're doing your best to stay neutral with it, okay? There's either with other people or even with yourself, if there's any kind of conflict, internal or external, that you're withholding with yourself and others, taking it slow and not really letting it control your life, or also not giving it certain amount of power. I feel like you're drawing more of this in rather than feeding into your own insecurities or that of other people. Now, I also wanted to read for you what the book has to say about this card, because it just kind of sums it up to like a T. So this card signifies that you may have to remain neutral in a situation you are facing currently. Resist the temptation to choose sides, get involved, or make a commitment, especially if the situation or event is outside of your calling or expertise. So this is all about knowing your own boundaries and your abilities and not overextending yourself. Stay within the limits of your own talents and abilities. Remove yourself from someone or something that feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable. Even if you are called upon to participate in a group or event, if something does not feel right, move on. This card could also denote that you may develop an interest in gardening or farming, growing crops and herbs, getting involved with horticulture, parks and forests, and enrolling in a gardening club, or embracing organic methods of going green. It could also mean adapting to a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle. So, that's kind of fun, and I mean, it's good for me to also read this because I am still learning this deck, so we encourage reading and learning on this channel, okay? Also with this memory card with the Ace of Wands, so perhaps this was already something that you were in the works of doing. Perhaps you strayed from your expertise or something that you knew was right for you, that was working for you. Maybe something took you off course, and it could be a really big challenge for you to remember how to bring yourself back on track. And Spirit is really helping you with this by, you know, not beating yourself up too much, especially if you're someone who fell off the wagon, so to say, with any kind of thing that you were trying to do in life. So we'll leave it at that. But maybe you got sidetracked, okay? And Spirit's trying to protect you in the meantime and bring you back into what is right for you, especially the things that you knew were right for you at the time and that they are still meant for you, okay? So it's almost like if it's meant to be, it will come back. Well, something in particular could be coming back to you. Alright, so I can tell these messages are already kind of tricky. Okay. So we're gonna move on to your greatest accomplishment throughout June of 2021. What are you exceeding at and doing well with? We have potential. Again, so this card is a little bit dark. The artwork is hard to see in this deck. A lot of blues, purples still flowing through this reading. You guys are in full alignment and understanding with this crown chakra of just what is right and what is wrong for you at this current time. And it's almost like you're trying to work out the details. You know, how do you get this? If you know that it's right for you, if it's meant for you, how do you make space, make room, not only in your physical world, but also in your energetic self so that you may come into alignment with these blessings. And it looks like you know that you have the ability and potential to achieve whatever it is that you really want to set your mind to. You guys are feeling endless possibilities throughout the month of June. Maybe you're feeling very optimistic, very creative, and it seems like you guys are really getting your mojo back or getting your energy refilled. Now, clarifying that potential for your greatest accomplishments, we have more fire purple energy out here. The Page of Wands, tetrahedron luck. So the Page of Wands is someone who's very sparky, someone who's, one way than the other, that's always expanding their horizons, trying new things, looking at things differently. But they always give homage. They always give honor and credit to their sources, to whoever it is that is the base and the foundation of their growth. And I feel like, okay, so we have potential with a mountain here, and then we also have the tetrahedron, which is like a triangle, in a sense, like a pyramid, which there's a lot of shape similarity between the mountain base and also here. So triangles could be very powerful for you guys. Like if you're trying to do any kind of like grids, any kind of shape work, explore the triangle, okay? Or the tetrahedron. A lot of you guys could be taking a mental break. You could be having a short little vacation, or really working on, taking time in your day-to-day life to give yourself a mental and physical decompress from the world around you, from, work, from school, from family, others, any other chaotic energy around you. Maybe you have your set assigned tea time. You have, the video game that you like to play and go in your own world and in your own energies, or this one project you're working on that allows you to kind of escape. But also, going back to the homage, the giving respect to elders is what I keep hearing, or like your ancestors. There could be something to do with family as well. Family could be helping you see your full potential and your full options that you have ahead of you. There's not just one way to achieve what it is that you want to do right now. And that impartial card is someone who is very open to other ways of achieving the same goal, and also really focused on the work, the time, the patience and energy, and the necessities that are needed kind of behind the scenes in order to get what it is that you want to do or see happen. And I'm feeling like a lot of your family, or even with what it is that you're doing in life, if there's someone who has inspired you to do so, make sure that you're giving respect and shouting out those people that you have based or used for inspiration. And I feel like you guys are doing really well at that throughout June, is being grateful, being thankful. Very strong words and feelings. Okay. Now we are going to look at just some overall energy from Spirit regarding your spiritual development. What energies and crystals can you reach out to help you throughout the month of June? We have rose quartz, love life. New or renewed romantic love is here for you. Okay. I feel like this isn't just love with other people. I feel like a lot of water sign energies with all of this purple crown chakra coming through here. It's not just love for thyself. It's love for absolutely everyone, everything. I'm not surprised that the farmer message came through here, that maybe some of you could be looking at eating healthier, planting healthier crops, and just taking care of yourself in a whole different way. Something that maybe could be from the old world, so to say. But with the love life, this can draw in romantic partners as well. So that could be very strong for you if you're looking for a yes or no at a romantic love interest. Your bond could be deepening throughout June 2021. Sorry, the squeaks are from my dog. Now, clarifying the rose quartz, which you can reach out to really help you heal, to keep you soft, especially with all this active crown chakra energy you have going on here. You could be really, with how much you're displaying yourself, whether you're intentionally doing so or not, just because of everyone picking up on, your energetic aura field, could have you feeling very insecure, very over analytical of yourself. So with this rose quartz, it's made to help you soften all of that overactive crown chakra energy, especially when you're picking up on other people's thoughts and feelings, empathetic kind of situations. Rose quartz will help you soften and be more caring, and also not really carry as much of the burden of others on yourself, but rather help them carry it. I guess it's more of like a helpful, motherly, sharing energy. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But we also have clarifying that, finding grace, starflower. So this is kind of like a famous card, if you will, like a famous person. Someone could be viewing you this way. Maybe you have stars in your eyes for someone else, but people could really be watching you on social media, and also people could be finding you, creeping on you, and really admiring either like the aesthetic that you have or lack thereof on social media. People just really love this is just one message in particular I feel like that's coming through, is that someone is watching you on social media, someone is very interested in you and cannot get enough of you. But also a lot of water signs, it looks like, throughout June, with all the purple crown chakra energy, all of the fire, is a very motivational, inspired month for you so far, and it's coming from the heart chakra, rose quartz. What else? Okay, from a very pure, sensual space, and you're going to give it a platform that it can just absolutely flourish in. And I'm a Scorpio, okay? So I try to disconnect my own energy from these readings, but I can completely resonate with this. And I hope that you are feeling safe and confident in your own water sign energies, that you are going to allow these messages that are coming in through this upper chakra to work their way down through you, and you start manifesting, whether it's this relationship, if it's a passion of yours, a place that you want to visit, anything like that, that you don't commit too fast to it, okay? You stay kind of loosey-goosey with the whole situation as a whole. You don't try to overplan things, but also you keep a sense of drive and purpose to make its way come back to you. Okay, that last part didn't make much sense, but these are the overall oracle cards and energies, so this is just a tap in. They are pretty general. Usually I have a hard time speaking through them as we tap into these energies. And now we're going to get more of the details, okay? We'll be referencing back to these, but we're going to look at your headspace in the forefront of your life throughout June. And then the heart chakra, love and relationships, career, finance, education, more spiritual development. Also, who you are interacting with throughout the month of June. So you might see some characters, some people, or things that really ring a bell for you, and see how they're interacting with your energies. Alright, I did stop the video because of the sirens in the background, but they are just doing their job, and we're gonna let them be because they're out here saving lives. We're going to step into your guys' headspace, and when I say you guys, I just mean water sign energies. Excuse me. What's going on in their headspace and in the forefront of their life throughout June? The first card that we have is the Page of Cups. Wow, not surprising for water signs for them to unveil themselves here. Pisces energy, very strong, but we'll take that as all three. And the Page of Cups is, again, someone with the page suit being much more vigorous, young, optimistic, feeling very courteous, courting energy too. Again, a lot of romantic partners, water sign energies. You guys are very alluring, and even if you try to subdue or hide this part of yourself, people are just very drawn to your energy, okay? Don't be surprised if you have a couple of people come up and try to get your socials and, you know, get with you, because you guys are just glowing. And I don't know if you are staying hydrated, but there could be some rosy cheeks out there, some plump lips. Maybe you're just growing also into more of your physical body, okay? We also have the High Priestess. So there's a very mysterious part of you, perhaps that you don't really open up right away, that people see that you're both very young in your heart, but also in your mind. In this crown chakra holds so much wisdom and perhaps some occult knowledge. Maybe you're just very surprising to some people that you have interests in multiple different areas. You have talents and abilities that are able to be applied to different parts of your life, okay? And man, people just, they don't even try to like get close to you, but they just get sucked in, okay? So don't be surprised if strangers, you know, if someone just randomly greets you and just tries to have a conversation with you, or if people start to give you romantic vibes that you just were not anticipating, okay? People can accidentally fall in love with you, or you may just be falling for people left and right. We also have the 5 of Wands with the 7 of Cups. Okay. So there could be, again, with this impartial card coming back up here, this biggest blockage or challenge that you have throughout June is that it could be really hard for you to make time or incorporate either a significant person or relationship into your life. There could just be a lot going on for both parties at the time, especially like in the beginning of the month. I usually read this chart left to right as beginning, middle, and late in the month. It looks like in the beginning, perhaps you're dating and, you know, keeping things a little bit more low key. Later on in the month, the energy could be just as strong with the 5 of Wands, which could be a very physical, you know, physical movement as they are swinging their wands around. Later in the month, it looks like there's a lot on the table for you. So if there's any kind of projects that you're starting mid to late in the month, it seems like this is kind of where that impartialness begins, is later on in June, where there might be some things that come up, some really difficult challenges or questions and decisions that you'll have to make regarding this dream or this passion that you're holding on to throughout June. I feel like you could be unveiling it or making it public later on in the month, which can cause some really big decisions to be made that might not be ready quite yet. So try not to lay out too much of a definition at that time. Your own personal schedule for water signs could really pick up later on in the month. Maybe you have a lot more of outdoor activities that you want to partake in. For some of you, I'm hearing that something might, of course, get obstructed due to weather if you're trying to plan for something. So like that could impact flights, picnics, you know, it could just start raining. Just be ready for unexpected things to happen that could challenge you and challenge your mindset and your peace. So just be patient with those. In your head, you know that you're still going to be able to reach the fullest potential with this dream, this passion, this person. They just may need to take care of other things first. Perhaps you are still building the correct, again, we talked about this foundation, and I feel like you know what it is that you want. And now you're finally starting to get the gears going and creating this dream and this vision that you have. With this 5 of Wands later on in the month, it's starting to finally take action and play with the idea a little bit. And with the 7 of Cups here is that you have a lot of modalities, a lot of ways to take this idea and let it flourish. So you could be trying to put together a little grocery list for yourself. Maybe you still need to gather all of your materials, all the things that you need to make this dream happen. And in doing so, don't hold yourself back. Don't be afraid to try new things, and also let yourself be surprised. And it seems like you guys have a lot of surprises coming for you in the month of June, both romantic and also personal. Now, since we keep picking up on that, we're going to step into the love life and relationships. Whether you're with someone or you're looking, this could be intimate and also just, what is it called? Platonic relationships where you're not looking to date them. Okay, this is just meant to be your heart chakra. The first card that we have is, wow, the Two of Cups, attraction, soulmate, twin flame energies, right underneath the Page of Cups, who has that romantic offer. Now, water signs, you're heavy in here. You're heavy in here. So you guys have some strong, heavy feelings, heavy in a good way, okay? May your cup runneth over and into mine. This is definitely what we see here. You guys could really be in connection physically. Maybe you're meeting up with someone that you do have an interest with, or you're just getting to know yourself in a very deep, safe way. I feel like you guys have really been exploring yourself, and with this crown chakra here, it's definitely soul energy, that you're falling deeper in love with yourself, getting to know more about your soul and how to make it feel safe in this lifetime so that it can actually start to open up and again become the star of your own reality, the ruler of your own kingdom, if you will. We also have the Page of Bows. So the Page of Bows is someone who comes off very hot. The Page is again that younger, youthful energy. This could be a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries that you're interacting with. Now, it doesn't have to be that sign specific. We usually see water and fire when we start to talk about the love and the romance, of course. So, the Stoat is also someone who is a little bit sly. They can hide very well. So this could be someone that you see, and then maybe you guys just aren't fully together yet, so there could be small breaks in between. There could be a possibility, or maybe you just feel unsure of the relationship yet, where you're not too sure if it's something that's going to stick or if it's going to retract, so to say. And this person, they like to leave it all up to mystery, kind of. It came out right underneath the High Priestess here, so there is a little bit of unsureness, a little bit of mystery behind the whole connection. There's a little bit of an elusiveness to it. We're definitely picking up on Scorpio energy. Perhaps you, the water sign energy, or the other person interacting loves to have a little bit of time alone, and I feel like that is necessary to give yourself space in the relationship connection space so that they can all expand in their own direction. We also have the Fool card, the Wanderer. Again, we have a sense of someone that may need to take a tiny trip away. Maybe you feel like you could run away with this person. And to clarify this, at the end we have the Two of Stones, challenge. Yes. Okay, so this could be a long distance relationship for some of you. If you're already with this person, maybe they have to leave due to business, family, anything. All of the cards are on the table with the Seven of Cups, okay? They could leave for work. Anything really. And that could cause a little bit of a challenge within you guys. I don't know. It seems almost too like I could picture these two bunnies hugging. Like, can you imagine if bunnies straight up stood on their hind legs and threw their arms around each other? How adorable. Y'all may be looking like, I feel like you and your person look really well matched together. Either you guys both just complement each other's looks, and even if you two are completely different people, the contrast between your own two energies is very, very fitting. So for some of you, who are asking, it seems like this is the right person. I'm picking up more on twin flame energies just because we're already getting some very deep cards with the Page of Cups out here too, with the Two of Cups underneath. Soul connection energies, and for it to already feel its first test, it seems very minute. I don't see any kind of red flags coming through with this challenge or this separation. It could just be a little bit frustrating for the two parties. But I'm picking up more on twin flame energies because it's made to challenge each other and to challenge the soul connection and also put you guys through your own personal developments. But we're not here for that, okay? This looks like the beginning of the month. You're spending time together mid to late in the month. Someone may need to have some time on their own, or they could be called somewhere else. Maybe if you're trying to commit by the end of the month, if you're trying to, maybe put a label on the relationship, Spirit's saying to stay that impartialness. You could get really excited with this Ace of Wands that this is your person, this is your connection. The memory here, it could trigger past life connections for you, and this is someone that you've always envisioned yourself with. Don't get ahead of yourself. Stay impartial and make sure that you're still working with the energies that build that foundational friendship and relationship that allows for this to grow into anything and something more. So we're gonna end it here on our oracle card for the love life and relationships. You deserve love. You are lovable. And I feel like you guys you're glowing so strong over here, because in the past months, I feel like water signs, you really overcame and maneuvered around a lot of mental energies and a lot of physical energies that are testing you, of course. But in your love life and relationships, maybe perhaps in the past you thought that you weren't worthy of love. Maybe you weren't viewing yourself in the most positive ways. And Spirit's really trying to, again, help you soften with that, with the rose quartz, and find some grace and space for you to really step out on the stage, no matter what you look like today, okay? No matter what you looked like back then or what you're gonna look like in 30 years, okay? You are still lovable. Let's see if we have any other messages. For those of you who are with someone, of course, there could be, with someone leaving, everyone's situation's different, so there could be a little bit of a rough patch come the end of the month. Only the strongest will survive, okay? I can't put it any other way. For some of us, it's going to be very minute, which I picked up on the first time. For like people who are just starting fresh in this connection. Now, if it's super, super fresh, like you just met this person, I feel like this could be some testy waters. Now, if this is someone that you've been building up with, I feel like this is more of a reclusive, not as serious kind of energy. And for those who have been with this person for, we're talking years, okay, such a long time, I feel like it could start off small, like a small little argument, but I don't see any kind of like permanent red flags, okay? This isn't just a love life and relationship spread, so take these as they resonate and leave the rest. We're going to move on into the career, finance, and education for the water sign energies, Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces. First card that we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups in this case is a very motherly, family foundation kind of energy. In the beginning of the month, I feel like workflow is very easy for you. That you're able to keep your work life, your home life, and your personal life all in their own space, but yet they flow and work together quite beautifully. So like you could feel like in the beginning of the month that things are going really well for you. Maybe there is a little bit of stress, with balancing it all, but you do your best to cope with that. hoping that you cope in the healthiest of ways. We are seeing someone back here drinking, so for some of you, you could drink after work quite often. We even have the baby nursing here. Another 3. We have the 3 of Pentacles. So 2 3s already coming out are really showing again. 3 is very significant, and so are the pyramids, apparently, for some of you. I'm getting like the 3 points. 3 is made, of course, as a foundational number, so you could feel like, you know, everything's flowing nicely. Perhaps you've been working on saving with the 3 of Pentacles here. They are, you know, not building, but they're dumping everything out, taking inventory. Maybe you guys are doing really good at watching your finances, budgeting, beginning of the month. Maybe you're saving up for something in particular, and maybe you're not saving up for anything at all. You just want to kind of have that storage space. We have the Ace of Pentacles as well, with the 7 of Cups. So June seems like a very giving month for anyone if you're like running your own business and if you're working and putting in the hours. For some of you, you could work outside. I don't know. This is just giving me summer vibes here if you're in the correct hemisphere. People could become very active around your workspace, and that could just in itself produce more income for you, whether you're earning hourly wages or even if you're able to take in like tip money. It seems like just as people become more active, you're able to stack up a little bit more. And you know, things have already been kind of going all right for you, and you've been doing your part to watch the numbers, watch your spending. And come towards the end of the month, we have the 7 of Cups here, and we had it up here too. So it's in perfect alignment. Now, let's see. For some of you, I'm even hearing your romantic partner interest, that if it's a long distance relationship, this person leaving, you know, may cause a little bit of discomfort. But it looks like, too, that you guys could even possibly take a trip to see them if they're residing in a different place. With this 7 of Cups, instantly I was getting, okay, you know, you've been kind of saving up, you've been working, so now you might be considering setting up a appropriate time or an appropriate way for you to really spend on yourself. Whether it's a vacation or a trip. And I mean, some of you I'm seeing buying new clothes, getting a new look, just spending more on yourself because you've earned it. You've worked for it. You know, there's no problems there. And I feel like she's just getting ready for something. So you guys could be expecting something like that. Maybe even a wedding for some of you, like proposals. And that could be, you know, I'm sensing that could be middle to late in the month for some of you who could be anticipating things like that. There is a secret here from someone who has a love offer for you. Could have been a really hard secret for them to keep. When it does come out, there's a lot of commotion, there's a lot of feelings, there's a lot of excitement, but there's a lot to be done. And with the Fool card in the love life and relationship, is all about taking a new beginning, a new start, taking things to the next level, taking a risk. And with the 2 of Pentacles here, I mean, 2 rings, anyone? Okay, so that's not for everyone. I know some people may be waiting on the day that they get the question, but we're also going to take a look at the Oracle card here and then see what else comes through. We have Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus. Opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future, be a guiding light. So, lot of you guys who if I'm trying to get more of like the educational sector to flow through here, for some of you who have been, you know, kind of going through the process of earning a degree, we have a baby, a child, and, you know, a woman. So we see all stages of life here. Not all of them, yes, but like in a sense. You could be going through the process of like working towards a certain degree. And with the Three of Pentacles here, you could finally be starting to see your overall grades come in, like your ending GPAs, you know, what classes have you take, really starting to take inventory of all the efforts and all of the studies that you've done in the past. With the Ace of Pentacles here, we do see harvest. And also with Ace of Pentacles is a whole nother level of earning. So you could be leveling up in your own workspace or able to find a job that best suits you and your talents, your abilities. Also, I don't know. I'm getting for most of you in the education. It's funny because I try to see what's going on there, but I'm just hearing enjoying your time off, enjoying your summer. I'm also hearing hot girl shit or like hot dude shit. Like, I don't know. Someone's definitely hitting their glow up in the summer just to kind of get themselves ready for what's to come. And that could be if you're going into like a new educational place or also just to return. I don't know, that message isn't really coming through for education, which doesn't surprise me. It seems more of like the working force that you've built yourself up and now you're going to start to kind of build around you, so to say. I feel like you guys are finding yourself a lot more deserving than what you have given yourself in the past, that's for sure. You've been holding back on yourself, whether it's with your spending, you know, your own emotional well-being, your physical well-being. Water signs, I feel like, kind of got a little bit lost for a while there. And now it's almost, as I'm recording this during the solar eclipse, it's almost like a light switch turned off. And it flipped right back on for you guys. And it maybe didn't feel so sudden to the water signs, but I feel like it went a lot faster than they anticipated. And that just goes to show, because I feel like they've been working with these energies over the last, you know, few months, that they were doing a lot behind the scenes. Maybe you feel like you were constantly trying to uphold yourself and constantly trying to be gentle and loving towards yourself and towards others. And I feel like that karma has built up and it is bound and about to be delivered to you guys, water signs. Now we're going to take a look at the spiritual development throughout the month of June for the water signs. We have the Queen of Coins. Again, there's a big lesson here with self-worth, self-value, how we are treating ourself, our home, and our space. Being grateful, being thankful again for all of the experiences that have built you and what they have taught you and made you best at. What they have shown you about your talents or your abilities, where you're best applied, and how you can direct yourself now in this lifetime moving forward. Again, I don't know, for some of you, I keep hearing the homage to relatives, to family members, certain artists, historical people or places that really built the foundation for new ages and for new energies to come through, things that were new at the time, things that were new and earth-changing, you know, of the conscious experience at the time. Whew, it's pretty difficult. But we also have the King of Cups. Okay, so we have earth sign, water signs out here, but we have a queen and a king, y'all. This wasn't built to be a relationship spread, but for water signs, the beginning of June for you, you could be very fertile, so just be careful. If, you know, if you're trying to anticipate anything like that, the beginning of the month is a very good time. But just be careful with those commitments. Again, by the mid to late of the month, it seems like there is some friction upon people being able to show up fully. But in the beginning of the month, we do see a very, very interesting couple. One person could be a little bit more go with the flow. The other person likes their routines, like structure, while the other person could be a little bit more laissez-faire. And together, though, they really balance each other out. Very loving. And I feel like you guys could be working on a part of that with yourself too, because this is water sign spiritual development. With a queen and a king, there's masculine, there's feminine energies coming into balance. So for a lot of water sign energies, the feminine energy with the queen of coins, you know, we take into account our actual physical body, our perceptions of self, could become a little bit distorted. Okay, so maybe water signs were having a hard time with the physical vessel that they're experiencing, and also with the King of Cups, the more masculine energy, the fluidity of the masculine energies and how they apply to ourselves and who we are today. So those are just some kind of messages if you feel like you as a water sign have struggled with balancing certain parts of yourself. It looks like in the beginning of the month, they're playing very well. We also have the Empress out here, water signs. Damn. With that Fool card and that Five of Wands, okay? So if anyone's, you know, shagging the carpet or whatever, it's all good. With the Empress card here, again, we have fertile energy, deeply in love, madly in love. When we think of the Empress, she has everything together in her life, or so she's able to portray that she does. Okay, she manages it all very well. Yes, we're not perfect, but the Empress makes it look very finessed, if you will. If you guys do happen to cross paths with your lover and they have to one day leave you, all I can say is that they'll be thinking of this Empress long after they're gone. We also have the sign of Taurus. So, if you are a water sign or anywhere in your birth chart, you would want to look at where Taurus is at. This part of yourself is really being accentuated throughout the month of June. So Taurus is an earth sign. And when we think of Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is the Empress here, it's more of our physical body, also like cooking and what you're eating, what you're fueling your body with, the finer things around you. So, I mean, your priorities could change, water signs, with like your spending habits as well throughout the month. Okay, so also with this career and finance, the message I was coming through with both of these threes here in the beginning. You know, 3 is a foundational number, but it's also kind of conflicting in my mind. You know, 2 is a party, 3 is a crowd kind of thing. Maybe, okay, yep, for some of you, you're instead buying straight from a source rather than outsourcing certain things. There could be a more direct and local. Man, those birds are hungry. They are ganging up on their mom, pressuring her to find a worm for them to both share, okay? So sorry for the loud chirps, but we have a lot of baby birds at the moment. But yeah, for some of you, instead of outsourcing whatever it is that you're looking for, it's going to become a lot more local that could help you in the long run. It could help you and it could help local. Also, just refining on how you really treat yourself, how you view and love yourself it seems like it's all changing in a very positive and healthy manner. Spirit's definitely trying to ease you into this very soft, loving rose quartz energy that gives you a safe place, a safe environment to just be yourself, and to also grow more of who you are, to share your beauty, your talents, your energy, your kindness, and your just like your smile, you know. I don't know, people, Spirit just wants you to share more of your genuine self, and they're trying to help introduce you to an environment that you're gonna be safe to do so in, because you guys really deserve it. You deserve love, and you deserve more than you could ever imagine. Especially in the past, if you put yourself in a perspective where, you know, maybe you weren't even at like a certain social level to be with someone who was so hot, or someone who had a certain title. Okay, that's not true. Now, what we're gonna do is take a look at these oracle archetype cards, just to kind of see who's showing up for you guys in the month of June. So any kind of characters or personas that you're interacting with that you may notice. The first card we have is Virgin, which I am not surprised this card came out first underneath all of this lovey-dovey energy. So I'm definitely picking up that maybe you guys have either been, you know, for some of you, what is it called when you sustain from intercourse until marriage? That could be something that we're seeing here. And again, it seems like there's a lot of fertile energy here. With the Virgin, maybe you guys have not experienced something with someone quite yet, but you're anticipating that. Light attributes are maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. And I feel like this is the optimism that the water signs have been safely arriving to. These energies are very pure, very light, and very loving. There's almost like a fresh start. This is also Virgo energy coming through for me. Earth sign energy. And the shadow attribute here is fear of intimate union. And I feel like for some of the water signs who have been going through that challenge of balancing the masculine and feminine energies within them, could have alluded to a lot of trauma healing, especially around intimacy. Water signs, that was very prevalent for you. So if you experienced that, it could be, you could be interacting with someone who can help you work through those in a healthy manner to get it resolved. We also have Student. Light attributes are humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. So for some of you, you could be like teaching someone, you could be training someone, or there could be, again, this homage sense. I'm getting like student mentor vibes, or like when I think of student, obviously we learn so much from our parental figures. So you guys could have younger people around you where, you know, you become the teacher when you were once the student. I don't know, it's kind of vague, but there could be someone who's learning a lot from you, or you could feel like you are learning a lot from these mentors, from these sources, where you finally become the student in something that you love, something that's engaging and holds a lot of value and potential for your life path at the moment. We also have Rescuer. So water sign energies are coming through. I mean, they are very compassionate, so it doesn't surprise me that this eco-friendly, go green energy is starting to come through. It might work for you, so if this is something that you are trying to pursue, there's a lot to learn, and it could be a whole new challenge. But with this Rescuer card, I'm also getting animals. Okay, I'm hearing animals. Some of you could have a rescue pet around you, or something could be going on in conflict later in the month with any kind of like adoption processes, or just a pet that you do have. It seems like this pet is just showing up. I don't know why it's very prevalent. This Rescuer can mean like an actual person to you, but there's someone who's giving their thanks to you, but also I feel like you, water signs, could feel saved by someone else. Like someone else has saved you from a certain condition or a certain part of yourself. You're not trying to become too codependent on this rescuer, but it seems that I'm hearing too for this, like, for some of you guys in this love life relationship situation where this person moves away from you, it's almost like you feel compelled to go after them, to rescue them, and it's just very drama movie vibes to me. I don't know. There could be a lot around the situation. So the light attribute of the rescuer provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. I feel like a lot of you guys are just kind of going green, being very conscious throughout June of 2021, spending a lot of time outside. Also, you could be dealing with people who want a lot for you. I don't see any kind of like red flags really, other than someone who could try to come into your life and take you away from something that you didn't need saving. It's very, very odd. But overall, I see the Virgin and Student, which are just very open to new experiences and very pure energies. So I don't see anyone around you to be cautious of other than the rescuer, which the shadow attributes say assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. So I'm not going to try to read into this too much. These are just supposed to be people that you are interacting with throughout the month. So if you recognize them, you could probably draw your own conclusions. I do think I'm just going to leave it at that. I feel like this probably wasn't my best reading, but water signs I feel like are very complex and so deep that the more I dig, the less cohesive my sentences become. So I do want to thank you guys for watching. If you feel like the video resonated with you anywhere throughout, you know the drill. Give it a like, subscribe. You can actually vote on what videos I post next for like my pick a card styled readings on my community page here on YouTube if you subscribe. So thank you guys so much. I will see you next time.